Alright, what's going on everyone? It is Super here and welcome back to another character tutorial video, and today we're going to be talking about Jason Voorhees. He's always one of the most requested characters for me to play. A lot of people love seeing Jason, and with good reason. Like Jason fucking Voorhees in a video game, especially a good looking video game like Mortal Kombat, that's awesome. And I do actually love playing some Jason, so I thought I would make a little tutorial for you guys. The variations that I'm going to be focusing on is Relentless and Slasher, because those are his two best ones, definitely. Unstoppable is more like Relentless, but without the pursuit, which is really good on Relentless. It just has the gimmicks of either a power-up that helps you deal more damage or a power-up that helps you heal a little bit of damage, and it's definitely not worth it. So I would not use, Unstoppable unless you're just trying to have fun and stuff, which is fine. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to focus on Relentless and Slasher. So if you guys missed any of my previous tutorials, make sure you guys check them out. The playlist of all character tutorials and the absolute basics of MK is going to be in the description. But now let's get started here. This is probably going to be like a very basic tutorial on Jason, because Jason is pretty basic on the surface. If you really want to get good with Jason, you're going to have to put a lot of time into Relentless, because Relentless is where it's at as far as the best variation. And it's the one that I picked for the main, character for me to use right now. So let's start off with his pokes. The only poke that you're going to want to use is down 1, because down 1 is 8 frames. It's only -2 on block, so, it's obviously really safe, and, it's pretty fast. 8 frames is not bad. But look at this. It has absolutely no range, which really sucks. Hit you in the nuts. But it doesn't have too much range. But it's not bad. Like, if you obviously you have to counter poke in MK, so definitely use down 1 to counter poke. Down 3 is not good at all, because it is -8 on block and it's 11 frame startup, so that's a button that you're not gonna want to press. So down 1, best counter poke for Jason. You could also do down 1 into choke, because if you do down 1, someone tries to counter poke you, they're gonna get caught by the choke. So that's actually a very good thing to do with Jason, because the choke is actually safe on block. Let's see what the choke is. Down forward 1. Is it this one? No, this is the command grab. Here we go. Down forward 1. It's -10. But I think it is actually safer, because it actually has some pretty good pushback. It's pretty fast, like I said. So if you want to do down 1 into choke, that works a lot, because a lot of people try to counter poke after they block it down 1. So that's something you could throw in here and there. Don't do it every single time, because they're gonna catch on to it and you can't armor through this. So definitely do it occasionally. If your opponent is not gonna expect it, he's gonna get caught by it, and it's gonna do how much? 13%. So down 1 and 2, that really good to do it occasionally. So the best thing, pretty much, like the Relentless Jason's whole offense is going to revolve around this. Back 1, because it leads into a full combo, which is his most damaging combos, at least most damaging bread and butter combos that are going to be that you could consistently land. So this is 13 frames. Back 1, 13 frames. Yeah. Okay, so back 1 is 13 frames. It has really good range, as these guys see, character length range. And it leads into, the full combo. You could actually do a back 1 tick throw, which is one of Jason's strongest tools. I cannot do the standing one, because I don't practice with Jason too often. Let's see. Whoa. There you go. Alright, so back 1 tick throw, you do the back 1, and then you do the motion for the command grab. That is actually pretty difficult to do, in my opinion. Like, for me, it took me a lot of practice to actually be able to get the tick throw down. Alright, so now that we got the back 1 into tick throw covered, like I said, the whole offense for Relentless comes through this, because this leads into a full combo. And then, of course, the back 1 tick throw. You have down 1 tick throw, you have back 2 tick throw, forward 2 tick throw, 2-4 tick throw. Jason has a lot of tick throws, so make sure you explore all those options in practice mode, because I think to make Relentless Jason work, you definitely need a lot of practice time. So that's pretty much going to cover Relentless Jason. Oh, I forgot. I almost forgot to talk about the pursuit, the most important thing about this variation. So if you actually get someone in a combo, let's just say this combo, the whole goal for Jason is to get the pursuit out. This is a smaller stage, so it's gonna seem like we're really close, but on the bigger stages you could easily do this with no problem. So you're gonna want to end all your moves into, you know, either this or just cancel it after this, because it's gonna send them flying. You're gonna have a pretty good amount of hit advantage, or you could end it into that. So let's demonstrate here. Right there, you know, like I said, the smaller map is going to look like you're closer, but by the time that they wake up, their buttons are going to be all screwed up already, and you're going to be able to go in for, you know, pressure. If they're trying to press a button, you know, you could whiff punish them, or if they're just standing there blocking, you know, you could grab them, and the grab is going to send them back all the way to the other side of the screen, and guess what? You could do it again. So everything about Jason's offense relies on the back one that leads into the string, or you could back one tick throw, and of course a pursuit. Like, these three things are the main source of Relentless Jason, and depending on how you mix them up, that's how, you know, that's gonna be dependent on you, whether you're putting the time into actually learn these strategies and trying to mix people up like that. This right here, if they're caught pressing a button, you know, you whiff punish them, take them to the corner, and then you start your pressure and offense all over again. You know, these are really scary. Of course, you could wake up with this. Command grab is actually a pretty good wake up. It can get armor broken, so a lot of characters that have a huge advantage on Jason are the ones that could pressure him like crazy, because this is pretty slow. So a lot of characters who have good pressure have good armor breaking moves, and it's going to break the armor really quick. And you could also do this, but this you can neutral duck it. You know, it is a high, so you could just crouch and then go in for a full punish. This is also, actually this is not too bad of an option, but you know, like I said, a lot of characters could armor break this, and you know, so like this is a good wake up though. Definitely use this on wake up. You know, if your opponent predicts you're gonna do that and neutral jumps it, you can get neutral jump punch, but that's when you have to mix in this with the choke, and of course this. So definitely use all those three for wake ups and, you know, reversals if you're getting put into much pressure. One thing that you can do with Jason a lot is block. Like, just block and wait for your turn, maybe get a down poke, and then you get your offense started and stuff. But like, the main thing with Jason is definitely, you know, back one tick throw, you know, back one combo that leads into the pursuit, and then, you know, from here you could do pretty much anything, because they're like sitting ducks right there. They're trying to figure out what button is which. They're going to be blocking because they don't want to throw out a button and have you whiff punish them for a full combo, you know, so they're pretty much sitting ducks when they're in the pursuit. So that's why the pursuit is like really good. So one last thing before I go to slasher is talking about this. Down 4, this gives you an infinite hit of armor, like infinite amount of armor hits that you could take. But of course, like, the downside of it is it lasts for around 7 seconds, and then after that, you know, you're vulnerable for like 2 full seconds, and that is Punish City. So what you're going to want to save this for is late game situations. Maybe your opponent is at 12% and they're trying to attack you, and you have infinite armor, so you could just grab them for the 12%. Of course, you have to be careful like that. It only did 9%, and if your opponent wakes up, he's going to full punish you. So you have to use this wisely. Try to end it in a way where you send your opponent back full screen so they can't punish you whenever it's over. That's why grabs are good. Let's see if I can get this again. Is it going to send them back full screen? Alright, so that is definitely not a good example, but let's see. No, not a good example again. But like I said, you want to use this in like late game situations. You don't want to just throw this out, you know what I mean? Because depending on like what map you're playing on, like this one is pretty short, so you know, on like the bigger maps you could do a combo. Maybe you could even shorten it to you could shorten it like that to stay back full screen, so your opponent's not gonna be able to punish you on it. But this is a good tool for like late game situations. Your opponent has a little bit of life, you know, you go in, you have infinite amount of armor, you go for a grab, you go for a command throw, You know, it's pretty good in late game situations. So that's it for that move, and that's it for Relentless. Relentless Jason takes time, guys. Like, to make him really good, you have to commit to actually trying to learn all the tick throws, especially back one tick throw is really hard for me, at least. Like, it might be easy to some people, but for me, if I want to get it consistently, I have to put in a lot of time. And when I did my Jason highlight video, I was able to do back one tick throw consistently because I put a lot of time into practice mode with Jason. So make sure you guys do that if you want to make Relentless work. So let's move on here to Slasher. And Slasher is pretty easy to get into. Like, if someone were to tell me I've never played MKX before, and you know, give me a character that's pretty easy to use, I'll give them, you know, either like Sub-Zero because he's basic, Scorpion, or Slasher Jason, because all you have to do you know, to get huge damage is forward 4. And a lot of people do get caught by this because it is overhead low. But one thing that, you know, I guess it's different since it's online and the lag, you know, adds more frames and stuff. This is -11. -11, guys. So that is a full combo punish for a lot of characters. But like I said, it's relatively safe online. Like, there's not going to be too many characters. Maybe Cassie Cage, maybe obviously Kung Lao punishes everything that Jason does. It's like his worst matchup because EX Spin punishes everything. But -11, you know, full combo punish if the person actually knows how to block this. So this is pretty much what everyone does online, and they don't realize that, you know, Jason has some other really good tools. Like Slasher Jason has this, the overhead. Overhead is pretty fast, is about 18 frames, and of course if you mix in the low, you know, overhead low game, really good. Of course you could combo into it, you could combo into the tackle, you could combo into the choke at the 17% for like 50-50 guess. You know, it's pretty fucking good. So definitely use the overhead, especially in the corner. Jason gets pretty scary in the corner because you can go overhead to low, and since you're in the corner, like, there's nowhere for the person to run or backdash to. So of course you could hit him with the overhead and you know, just mix them up that way. So something else that is pretty decent is this right here. This is a 11 frame mid. Wait, is 11 frames? Back to, yeah, 11 frame mid, and it leads into a full combo. So you block someone's EX move, like Kung Lao spin, let's just say, and this has a pretty good amount of range. So there you go, it has some good range, and you full combo punish that person. So back one into what is it, back 1-2, back 1-2-2, and you know, you could get some really good damage. You don't even need to neutral jump punch. You could do back or forward 4 twice for even more damage. So there you go. Let's see, 36% for, you know, a pretty easy combo. So I would definitely say Slasher's pretty straightforward. Like, he does a lot of damage. He has 50-50s. You know, they're unsafe. I think the overhead is pretty safe. Let's see what the overhead is. Oh no, the overhead is 11 frames as well. So, you know, they're 50-50s that are somewhat safe, I would say. Online, I think they're safer than offline. Offline, you'll get punished every time. Online, I think you will get punished maybe 30% of the time. So Slasher Jason also gets a projectile that's pretty good, man. This is pretty good. It's a mid. You can neutral duck it. I think the only people who can neutral duck it is like Johnny Cage, maybe Shinnok with their down 4s, because they go down so low to the ground that they could actually neutral duck this. But it's really hard to jump over. It does 9%. The EX one does 15%. So I think this is not a bad projectile. Of course, you cannot trade with people, like, or you can't go into a zoning war with people. But if someone's like, you know, scared to do anything, or they're just a full screen, throw one of these bad boys at them, and if they try to jump over it, you know, a lot of times, more than not, you're gonna hit them. 9% right there. You can't trade, or you can't like try to go into a zoning war with like Hishkuten Predator or like Kitana or characters like that. But this projectile is not bad at all, man. So definitely use that. And that's about it for Slasher Jason. This is a pretty good tool right here for punishes if you're at a range. You know, of course, you could do the standing 1 punish as well. but you know that only does 15%. This one does, you know, in the 30s, so that is definitely pretty good. One move I would say that a lot of Jasons don't use is this right here. This on block leaves you +2, and +2 is really good. That's being plus on block. You know, you could start going for your overhead to low game after you do this. So your opponent blocks this, you have 2 frames of animation before they could do anything. So you know, it's pretty good. I actually use this online against people a lot, and they actually get caught with it because they're trying to press buttons and my move beats them out. So you know, it's pretty freaking good. So as you guys see, this move right here, I just used it. I just remembered about this move because it's useful in some situations. As far as, I would say this move, meter burned, is good for punishing strings with gaps, or like combos that have gaps in them. Like let's just say, for example, Cassie Cage's back 1 2 4. Between the 2 and the 4 it has a gap, so you could do this and it does 22% of damage. So I would definitely recommend this move to use, you know, for you to use this move whenever you want to punish someone who's using a string with a gap in it. I think you know, it's definitely worth it. Spend a bar a meter to punish a gap in a string that leads to 22%. Yeah, it's pretty good. As far as a wake up move, this could get beat really well by, you know, armor breaking moves or armor breaking like combos and stuff like Liu Kang, Kung Lao. A lot of these guys are gonna break most of Jason's armor. So you know, as far as like wake up, I don't know, you definitely can use it. I would say is probably better than that because you can neutral duck that, but the best, you know, option for this Jason is definitely the choke. The choke is the best option because it's fast, and it is a high, so you can neutral duck it. So you know, you can mix in these two right here, but I would definitely say to punish like moves with gaps in it, definitely do this because it's gonna net you 22 guaranteed % if, you know, the opponent can't recover fast enough to block. So I think that is pretty much it for Relentless and Slasher Jason. Pretty basic character, man. If you really want to make Jason work, you have to mix up, you know, your 50/50s in Slasher. You have to, you know, you can zone people to a certain point, but like the strength of Slasher Jason is the 50/50s, so you're definitely going to want to mix up your 50/50s. Use a lot of overheads because a lot of people know that you want the really high damaging combo. So you know, take a what, 7% cut in your combo, or not even a 7, that's a huge percentage, but if you hit people, you know, enough with this, they're going to be conditioned to try to block the overhead, and then that's when you catch them low. So it's all about conditioning, and mixing up your 50/50s with Slasher Jason. And Relentless Jason is definitely the best variation. You have to practice the tick throws a lot because those are going to be your most valuable thing. And your combos in the Red Pursuit, I think it's a good way to call it out while still being safe, or do a move that's going to give you enough frames of plus frames, I should say. Man, I'm stuttering now. And your combos in enough plus advantage to where you could call out your pursuit without getting punished. There you go. Could I speak English now, please? Thank you very much. But that's pretty much going to be it as far as Jason, guys. If you have any questions, of course, write them in the comment section. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible if you guys do have any questions. So that's pretty much like the basic tutorial for Jason, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.